Hi there, Flat Cap Chef here, and I'm going to show you how to do roast pork with crackling, and I'm going to do a Spanish version. So let's have a look at what we've got here. So what we have here is a piece of leg of pork. Often comes wrapped up with string. I've taken the string off it, and that then will allow me to open it up on the inside, and that means we can then add some flavour to the inside of it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself some paprika here, because I want this to be a Spanishy flavour. Give it a good dose of paprika. There we go. Some olive oil. Some pepper. And then I'm going to get some fennel as well. So let's get my fennel. Okay, can't find my fennel. Don't worry about that. I'll get some and we'll put it in at the next stage, which is just fine. So I'm going to turn this over. Now what I've done with the skin here, it usually comes scored, so sliced through. It's a very sharp knife, point in first, and I've created these gaps, which are about 1 centimetre, and it's through the actual fat itself, skin itself. Done it all over, and then I'm going to take my little pestle and mortar. I'm going to get some olive oil in here. Get some sea salt. I'm going to put about 2.5 teaspoons. My little grinder. Make it up. Now, I've preheated my oven to 220. So that's pretty much as hot as my oven will go. And I'm going to pop this into the oven for about 30 minutes. And then we will take it out and do the next stage. So here we go. I'm now going to take my oil and salt. I'm going to rub it over all the nooks and crannies so we get a nice crisp crackling right from the beginning. Once we've done that, so that we've been in for about 30 minutes, we'll then take it out and then we'll do the next stage, and we'll add some onions and various other things to create a lovely little liquor for it to sit in, and we're going to turn it down to about 150 degrees for the next 3.5 hours. So I can turn these sides under, I don't need these at the moment. So this is now just going to go straight into the oven, and then we'll be back in 30 minutes. Okay, so it's been in for the 30 minutes, and you can see now we've got this lovely crackling on the top, separated and thinned out, and we've got some meat juices in here which have started to form. So now all I'm going to do is turn the oven down to 170, 150, so around, I guess, about 4 or 5. I'm going to add my vegetables, I'm going to do now, and then we're going to cover it up and do it for another 3.5 hours. So I've got some onions that I've chopped up here into quarters. I've got 2 onions, 2 normal onions, going to drop those in. Now I like to keep them quite chunky, because then anybody who's seen some of my other videos, you'll know that I then create the sauce, the gravy at the end, by taking the juices, including the vegetables, which are lovely softened down, and then putting them through a blender. And then if you want to, through a sieve, and you've got a fantastic meaty gravy. Right, with some stock. Right, so okay, I'm now going to add some garlic, and I've got whole cloves of garlic. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cloves of garlic. I couldn't find my fennel, so instead, because I still want that aniseedy flavour, I'm going to put a little bit of star anise in there, which will give it that same flavour. I've got some fresh thyme, just going to sprinkle those around, and I've got about 10 little cherry tomatoes. I'm just going to roll in here as well. The lovely part about this is once we've done this, we can then basically leave it in the oven and forget about it for the next 3.5 hours whilst it cooks down in a beautifully soft pork at the end of it. And then the key ingredient for me, 2, in this case 330ml bottles of lovely lager. You could use beer, but I think lager works better with this because it's a slightly less bitter taste. 1, 2. So this will just create the most lovely gravy at the end. So now we cover it up. Tighten it down into this little ball. There we go, so it's nice and tightly covered up. At the ends. Then we're going to pop this back into the oven and we'll check on it when it's finished. Okay, so it's now been in for 3.5 hours out of the oven, and you've got your lovely crackling on the top. And then if we get into the meat itself, you've got lovely soft pork. Perfect. So if you want to see more, just subscribe. It's free. It just means I tell you when I'm posting the next video, and we'll be back soon. Bye.